But you let them talk long enough, they'll show you who they really are. But to get back to my topic, these Democrats, Republicans, you think you're part of their team. You're not. They are at their team. They work together. So understand, you only have power over yourself. I'm telling you, you're a God. I'm telling you, you have so much power. But I'm not telling you no nonsense. I'm telling you where the power lies. It's in you. And it can be siphoned out through your belief. So if you only have power over yourself, work on yourself. Change yourself. What you can do that. Don't waste your God power and belief in strangers because of what they say, when humans have never stopped lying. So I'm going to say it like this. I believe it's mass manipulation. All these labels, it's a great way for mass manipulation if you understand the vibrations and their placement from the things that people are saying when they say them. Oh yeah, y'all know I can rap. Hey, I'll make this whole episode right. Let me not jump ahead of myself. So if you understand that their consciousness is what supersedes their actions, and a way to get into their actions like a Trojan horse, it's basically through their belief. So they first have to get, consciousness, which you're alive. So you have your conscious thought. So you perceive things through your eyes and ears, what you see, what you hear. And remember, I said all this stuff, that anything you see through the TV, anything you hear on these podcasts, this is entertainment. And I know I could be coming off like, oh, you trying to entertain us more now. No. I'm giving you more of me. I didn't know if y'all was ready for the crazy version of me. So I tried to spoon feed you. But we hitting that. Like, I don't care if I'm the only one listening to this. Let me tell you what success is to me. Because somebody had asked me that a while ago. They didn't ask it. They phrased it to me. They were just saying, oh, what if you're not successful with your podcast? And I could tell that they were so enamored in this vibration that the false God society gives us, that they really thought that all this stuff that I'm so passionate about, how strongly I feel about this, how strongly I yearn to help. I yearn to help people. It feels like this is something pulling me. I feel like as a part of creation, I was literally created this way. I've had bad days, and because someone thanked me, someone told me, man, you know what? I was down. Now I feel better. Man, I didn't even look at it like that, man. Now it make me feel better, because I could have had a horrible day. I've had them, and talk to somebody. And again, like I said, I'm not saying like, oh, I got these answers. The only reason I learned the information was to relate to more people. That's why I studied so many different things, because I wanted to make sure when I talked to somebody with this yearn to help, I wanted to make sure I could. Your consciousness is your existence. In my existence, I want to help people. But my consciousness had to have a corporeal form to exist on this plane of existence. The same way in your dream, you create a version of yourself to experience your dream. So my consciousness created a corporeal form, which is me, the person that's talking to you right now, through the amazing voice of vibrations through consciousness, which is nuts. I animate my whole vessel. Think about, you're animating your whole vessel, and you don't even fully understand how you're doing. And some of the same science that tell you they don't believe in God still tell you, we don't know how you do it either. Well, we know in your brain, when you do something, that part of your brain light up. So we're going to call that the this hemisphere. And we're going to call this the this. Y'all love labeling stuff. I get it. I'm with you. It's a good way to understand and communicate. The same reason I learned so much information. But stop thinking your labels are greater than what they actually are. That's ridiculous to me. That's what I was saying. If that's my consciousness, I have my corporeal form, I animate my vessel, and then for me to exist in its form, I must have a thought out of nowhere. So my thought is going to be what produces my idea, and a lot of time my ideas are superseded by what I perceive. So when I have perception, then I create a perspective, and after that perspective, you're going to create an idea. So if you create the idea, your ideas are going to push out your actions. If you didn't follow me on that, I'm going to try to see if I can do that another way. I'm going to try to show it to you. So I know I say a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff to me is just straightforward. I know how I see them, but I'm trying to make sure I can convey them in a way that people that are listening can understand it. So I'm going to try to show you exactly what I said happens in a sense of your creation through your consciousness and the steps of everything that happens. So everything that exists in the world. Basically, if you are a God, you had to think you were a God. Then you have perception, You saw how other guys work. Think of you as a baby, then you're becoming a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and you can understand what's going on around you to some extent. You're learning. You're basically absorbing. That's why I call kids little deities, and that's why I say they stupid all the time. Because I understand what they are. They are very cute. I am not fighting you on this. They are very cute. They're adorable. The reason what they do is adorable because they stupid. They don't know nothing yet. And when they get close to knowing something, we get a feeling of that. We like, oh, look, he doing this. He think he grown. I look at this in a way of, do you know why you feel that way? The same way I told you Tony had the effect on me and still has the effect on me in ways in my life that I didn't understand then, the way I understand now, because I garnered knowledge of self, and every single thing I saw still exists, except I understand what also exists with it. So yeah, I remember feeling a way, but now I can understand why I felt that way. So let's say you're a little boy and you're growing to be a man. So you're trying to learn. So you're thinking, so you start perceiving what's going on around. So you see another man or whomever is above you that you're looking up to as a source of inspiration or admiration. You're admiring someone. You're going to figure out someone or some people or something, not really something, but some other God. When you're a kid, you really feel that. As a kid, you're not going, my mama or my daddy is a God. I can remember being that young. And I remember the feeling of just admiration of a parent or an adult or even a girl that I thought was cute. Did you remember that feeling? Like you don't even know what to do with yourself. They just so. That feeling you get through perception. Because the only reason you think she's like that is because you saw her. You had to first perceive her. Like the older man, because I'm a guy, so I'm going to use a man. So I had to perceive an older man. Through that perception, I created a perspective. After seeing what he did, my perspective was, I think I should be like that because I see him doing it. So then I try to emulate what I saw the best way I know how. Do you see what I mean when I tell you, if someone understands that that's the succession of how everything happens in this third dimension of existence that we're in, and someone says, I want to manipulate them, but I can't physically make them do it. They can't physically make you kill someone. No one can physically make you do that. Because if they did, it would be them doing it. No one can grab you and say, shoot that person, and you just do it. No, you chose to do it. Remember, you are God. Stop blaming. Blame is the reflection of responsibility. Take some motherfucking responsibility, because that's the only way you're going to change it. That's another form of the manipulation. You get caught up in blame, so you never take responsibility, because blame tells you they did it, it's their fault, they should have done this. But how the fuck going back into the past of what they done is going to change anything in the present? You're trapped in an infinite loop in your consciousness because that's why you're blaming. What responsibility does, if you're caught up on episodes, you already know this. But what responsibility is, what could I have done differently for a more favorable outcome? So they understand where to manipulate you because they understand the vibration. And it's the same thing, or the same reason I think we don't deal with magic. We think magic ain't shit. But yet all the shit we read talk about magic happen. Why we can't do any magic? Why I can't make my staff turn to a serpent? Think about it. Come on now. Even in the story in the Bible, when Moses did all that, did you know that the Pharaoh had two, whatever they called it, I forgot what they called it, but they basically had their own version of magic. In the story of Moses walked up to Pharaoh like, my God is where it's at. Your God, it ain't where it's at. And Pharaoh like, I don't believe in your God. I am a God. That's why they call me Pharaoh. I'm God in man form. I'm a Pharaoh. Fuck your people. I ain't letting them go. They make some good stuff. I like what they make. And Moses was like, oh, you ain't listening? Oh, you don't know what my God about. So let me show you in these small little forms how my God so cold, he can make stuff we think is impossible just happen. Watch this, watch this. Then boom, he did one of the tricks, one of the magics from the Bible. He do something. Boom. It was a lot of stuff. Like if you saw the Charlton, I think his name Charlton Heston or something like that. I don't know him. I don't got to know his real name. Y'all seen Ten Commandments, that long ass movie. And if you ain't seen it in one sitting, You a normal person. If you ever watch 10 Commandments, that long ass movie from start to end, in one sitting, you're not normal. I want you to know that. And that's okay. Remember I told you, why would you ever want to be normal? You're an individual. You're a guy. You thought I was trying to set you up and say something was wrong with being normal. Pay attention. You'll learn who you are listening to this show. And I'm going to test it.